Hello and welcome back to the secondary stream here at ESL Pro League Finals Dallas. We're here from Katowice, not quite as sunny from Vegas, but we can't quite be so chirpy. Instead, we have the final map here, this final best of 3 of the day. Who's it going to be?
I don't know. You're the analyst, not me. You're meant to tell me that, Snods. I have no idea.
NRG versus MVP.
Yeah.
NRG versus MVP.
And
which team are you taking?
Again, I'm leaning with you. I'm not flaking after we just saw NRG win the previous map. I've been with them, with my boys since day one, since map number 1, even...
Since day 1, yeah, like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's day 1 for this best of 3 series. I was with them when they lost.
Esports years are like dog years.
Yeah, basically, right? You know,
2 days,
at least,
2 months.
At least in terms of getting paid. Yeah, that seems to happen a lot.
That was very good.
But yeah, I've been with them since MVP smashed them on cash, and I'm not letting go just now. I'm committing to it. NRG certainly looked good on train, kind of tore MVP a new one, and they will be taking the knife round as well to potentially even do that again.
Well, quite a graphic description there.
Yeah,
from yourself.
I like to make it, you know, I like to really get involved. Make sure everyone really knows what's going on.
Yeah, you know, sub PG-13 and above PG-13 now know exactly how this game's going to go. You can,
I didn't say anything specific. You can determine whatever you want. I insinuated nothing, Snods.
Yes, as most of the stuff that comes out your mouth is basically nothing.
That's fair enough. I'm not going to argue with that. That's fair enough. Yeah.
No, jokes aside, obviously. Final map here. It's been a very, very, very long day. What, 10 maps so far?
It's not been a long day, Snods. It's only been 2 hours and 47 minutes this day, okay?
Yeah, except we started, 10 hours ago, basically. So, 10-hour long day. We're here now for the final map, so we're going to be having that, you know, last-minute adrenaline, even for these teams as well. This is the last map in the Eliminator Best of 3. The loser of this Mirage map will be going home already, and, you know, for NRG, this is for themselves. They've got a quick layover flight back to wherever they live. And for the Koreans, it's quite a distance.
Yeah, bit of a flight, to be honest. It's not like the Sharks who can just kind of swim it or whatever. They really have to go for it. So yeah, a bit of a distance, but the positive is, you know, silver lining, etc. Not just one team gets to go home. So do us. So do we. We get to go to bed. So that's always nice.
The hotel, not quite home.
Yeah, not quite home, but we'll be back. Obviously, we're here for a couple of days. We're 3 days doing these
secondary
B streams.
Games, yeah,
I mean, really, they're the A stream games, but.
Yeah, FaZe Mouse Sports.
I mean, we had a 3-map series. They didn't, so...
To be fair, we did luck out with a great match. Obviously, the FaZe 2-0 versus Mouse Sports, you know, one side of the last map on Mirage as well, 16-4, I think it was. So we did luck out in terms of the competitiveness and a great game to really rally behind. But in terms of the level of CS, obviously, it's night and day.
Yeah, I would say, well, you know, we got 2 very good maps, and then we got 16-1, which was kind of like, where did that come from?
I predicted it, 16-5.
6, you said earlier. You're swapping it back and forth.
No, it was
Stop trying. Next thing you'll be like, oh, 16-4. I said 16-4.
Yeah.
Either way, we are into this one. It is the final map of the night. If you have been sticking with us throughout all of our ramblings, we do appreciate that, guys. Hopefully you are enjoying the games that we have for you today here on the EPLB stream. And of course, as we said, we're here all week, at least for 3 days of it. Anyway, pissed around all the way, MVP on the T side. Zeph, that was Glock burst by accident. He's going to run into middle, but it's actually HSK to open up. Nice tap. Fugly, showing us what he's made of, and apparently it's not enough for more than 2, but that's certainly good enough. Solo, going to try and find something from the connector, but in the meantime, his team are falling around him.
Ooh. Spot the gun barrel there for the PT-50 potential, the shoulder blade.
I think he knows.
Yeah, got an inkling that he is here towards connector. Solo with the reface, no Kevlar. Actually, does have armor.
Ooh.
Has been dropped over the PT-50 to wield it with prowess, but unfortunately, can only find the 1 frag, and now it's Glow in the 1 versus 2. 12 HP, so 1 shot from the USPs will take him down. It's just to be so wary and paranoid about players from behind, or short. And now towards Ethan ticket booth, spots out Ethan. Can retrieve the bomb. If he finds the frag onto Ethan as well, this could be a bomb plant towards A.
I don't think Ethan realized the fact that he dropped off there. Actually must have. He's watching towards a window now, waiting for a quick push, but Daps holding on to short. Will Glow make any noise here? He begins to wrap towards the T-spawn, not going to go towards B, in fact. Definitely could have been an option there, but wants to play the mind games as he sets up towards ramp. Doesn't have a lot of time as well, so he didn't really want to sneak his entire way into that B bomb site through the apartments, because if he was going to go for B, he'd have to sneak it. In fact, he's sneaking up ramp now as Ethan just sits towards the back of the CT. You can see him spotting. He's making sure that no one's coming out of A. But as soon as this plant comes in, Ethan's just going to peek and win the round. He guarantees it, basically, and there it is. Nice work from Ethan. Very reserved there. 3 kills from him. Nice double kill from Fugly as well, up on short it was. So NRG, pistol round underway and already kicking things off to a good start.
Yeah, good stead so far into round number 2 with the round 1 round advantage. MVP trying to go for a fast play in towards middle. Obviously, they find the early frags up close towards short, but apart from that, they just get annihilated at distance from those USPs. So, it will be not the force coming out. Usually we would see an eco come from MVP if they got the bomb planted in the pistol, they save this round, they buy into round number 3. What they might do here, Hugo, is actually go for their force buy in round number 3 instead and try and catch NRG off guard.
That's very possible. Let's see if they decide to do that. The issue is with that is NRG are going to kill 5 Glock players and go, oh, they're buying next round. So it's a great idea in theory, but any team really can work it out. However, that D kill could certainly upset things again. If they start picking up guns and shooting people with UMPs or rifles, that's when NRG actually don't know the full depth of this buy or lack of buy, which could certainly create question marks next round, but we'll see. The thing is, if MVP find kills here and take out SMGs, it just means NRG are going to reinvest in rifles next round, so a force buy will be completely negated by, you know, a bunch of M4s that, you know, they're going to pull in because they don't want to buy SMGs only to upgrade them later. Daps, though, making a bit of money. There's one. Zion going to look for the trade, but with a Glock in this position and 30 seconds on the clock, this round is it's not looking too good. Daps is really, really wanting this kill. And in fact, Ethan's going to shut down the players on the A site one by one. So this is a bit of a dismatch, a dismemberment.
Yeah, disemboweled, dismemberment.
Destroyed. Bit of a different dis.
Yeah, the only dis coming out right now is NRG's 2-0, which might even be a 3-0. Depends on if MVP go for this quirky, you could say, second round force.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe they half buy this.
Third round force even. Here it is.
It's not even that bad, to be honest, given the context. The issue is all the Galils instead of AKs.
Org from Cirque.
Why not? Oh. Trade right back though. Fugly going to keep it in check. Cirque is dead. So Org dropped, but not really a big loss there, I would say. That gun really is trash.
The only time I've ever seen it used was when I was casting with you, actually, the female CS tournament.
Ah.
It was Bullet Girl from...
Poland.
Oh, yeah, from Poland. What was the name of that team?
Squared.
Yes.
I know my female CS.
Of course you do.
Big fan.
But yeah, Org towards middle was actually quite effective. It was versus CLG Red as well. Now having Miss Harvey, so see if they got some success on the line. But anyway, 4 versus 4. As the force buy suspicion has now been sniffed out by NRG. They know that MVP have gone for the force buy here with Galils, catching Cirque off guard and going for the 1-for-1 trade, which definitely favours MVP.
However, in information, I think it favours NRG here, because look at this setup. They have 3 players on the B bomb site. They are perfectly poised for this. Daps is even going to get out of there as well. He won't even get mollied out of position. Not that they had mollies. Now the push going to begin to come through. Ethan's joined him on the site for a bit of support on the bench. There's one nice spray from Ethan. And Brazy even going to finish off Zeph. So the force not working out too well. And with that, a third round for NRG seems to be likely.
Yeah. Imminently, it seems, as Ethan goes for the calculated peak, tears that off of solo as well, and grants NRG the first, you could say, buy-around victory here as they go to 3-0. MVP, though. Now, into round number 4, should be the quasi-buy coming out. They are going to be on the, let's have a think, 2,900 round loss bonus. So they can buy down to, I don't know, $1,800, $1,500, and still have 4,400 into the buy round. But it's not going to be Kevlar coming out. Instead, just the Eagles here, trying to see if they can find the headshots and dent the CT economy as much as possible with some debilitating frags. Breze, Cirque, and crucially Cirque as well. We need to see him getting comfortable here in this deciding matchup. If it's not in this best of 3, if NRG go on to win it and they play the best of 1s tomorrow, the best of 3s tomorrow in the matches try and make it out of the groups, we have to see a revitalized serve.
Yeah, definitely. And while he did look great in the second half of Train, at the very least, that needs to be throughout every game, every half. You know, he is the best player on this team. Or you look up there. Do you disagree or agree with that statement?
Is this some deep level psychology?
No, you just look like you questioned what I said.
No, in my head I was thinking, would you say Brezza right now? On LAN, I would say Brezza.
Oh yes, no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Ooh,
God.
I'm not saying this event because like we're 4 maps into their event, so you can't really tell. But in terms of their online performance, their recent performance, their rise.
Cirque and Brezza definitely. Yeah. Ethan as well has been a phenomenal online. But Ethan's had a few key rounds here. He's definitely shown some skill and potential. This is the big thing here for NRG. They have a lot of potential players to come out.
He's 9-0 right now.
My goodness, he is. So, when will he eventually be silenced by an MVP? As they have gone for the Bino, opt for solo. So, smoke towards top mid. They don't go for the window smoke straight away. Actually, in fact, they go for both. Smoke towards window, smoke towards short as well as they cloud out through, trying to see if they can rush up short, but over the smoke is Ethan as he now goes to 10-0 as the pain flow is inbound.
Oh, Zeph trades though in through the smoke, and they're going to continue to push Ethan. There we go, finally silence. You wondered when. There's your answer. You got to 10. Rezi trying to lock this down. He's been smoked off. Be able to get too much done through that one, and Daps also unable to find a successful angle to kill an MVP player. They cross safely. Zeph needs to be careful though. There's so many players here on middle and short. He's going to get wall banged out of this round. Rezi also spraying him through the smoke. Luckily Zeph just ducks, dives, and gets the hell out of there. A minute on the clock and the bomb only just making its way through ramp. So while NRG have given up the bomb site, the bomb is yet to go down. They need to get that plant in now. Zeph finding another frag. Breezy down. Now it is a 4v2, and while MVP are low, this should surely be theirs. NRG have already fallen back to save.
Yeah. 4 HP as well for Solo. 28 for HSK and both Zeph. The health is so low for the MVP players, but simply put, there isn't HE grenades or, you know, a 4 versus 3 potentially if NRG had an extra player alive to go for this. Instead, they shall save. So they go for the conservative safe option to prolong their success potentially if they can carry on to more weapons going forward. Brezza can be dropped by Cirque. Ethan can be dropped by Daps, and Fugger can buy for himself. So we'll go 4-1. MVP on the hunt. As Daps just over the corner through the bricks, but he will survive as we now go into round number 8. Still not enough cash to afford the AWP for Solo just yet on the T side for MVPs. This might mean we see another execution sort of play, or a heavy play in towards middle. Tactical timeout called by MVP, and this is interesting. Is it an issue, or are they actually calling it because it is talk over strats? I only see...
It could be, well, one or two things.
I'm worried that it's a technical issue.
Because Solo's not bought.
Solo's not bought any grenades, any gun.
My opinion, one or two things. They want to work out how to approach this round without an AWP, because they would have expected typically to have an AWP. Maybe just, you know, coming up with a strat. Second option, they don't want to get reset, and they want to make sure they're all on the same page, because they know, you know, if they lose this round, realistically, like, let's look at this. They lose this round and NRG get 5. We then have, I mean, they could potentially force that with 1,400 loss. Yeah, that'd be, yeah, just enough. They could get by, to be fair. But you know, that aside, we could see NRG run away with this half. So this round is actually pretty important for MVP to pick up, because there's a very good chance that NRG can get some real momentum going. So yeah, I think a good round to call a pause, and you know, early days, but no problem with that. Crazy pushed up. Oh, did they turn around? Does Glow know, or does Brezzy go for the knife? Oh, you can see that. He had a bit of an inkling.
Oh, look at the instant shuffle as well from the CTs. Brezzy with the walk underpass, gains information, and the first frag onto Glow. Instant recalibration now the CT side defense towards this A side.
This is when you instantly want to hit B as well.
Oh, this is smart hit from MVP, having players up towards short as well. Zion up close towards CPL. Zeph has to try and deal with Cirque. He's in towards Connector. Now they can actually leave him here if they go back towards B apartments, Hugo.
The man in the middle.
Yeah, leave Zeph here towards Connector. Go in towards B, have him peek in. maybe find a frag, force a rotate player from the kitchen player in towards window, for example, then hit the B site with Breza, maybe 1 versus 4 or 1 versus 3 if he is the only player there. But now HSK has come towards the A side as the bomb goes towards B. This is getting quite overcomplicated from MVP, and we spoke about maybe the Koreans overthinking certain scenarios. This could be a prime example.
And NRG have actually rotated another man to B. After all of that, after they spotted it was empty, they are not overcomplicating it because it's the right call to make, but thinking a lot about this one. Fugly going to drop HSK coming up through the ramp. So he tries to sneak onto A and make a bit of contact play. There is a very lapsed A defense, and as a result, Zeph going to finally show his face from the connector. Does get that kill. Now the B push coming in, but the bomb's actually committed. The triple setup here from the CT side is all they really need. There's just no time left, and there's no players left either. Nice defense there from Daps, and NRG will win the round. That's the reset straight on to MVP, and you're shaking your head.
Yeah, MVP are overthinking this scenario far out of proportion. You have a great lurk player in towards connector. It's a 4 versus 4 or a 5 versus 4. You found that frag in towards con. Now a 4 versus 4. Resituate yourself towards the B apartments if you have to. Allow that player to then peek in towards con. You either go back towards A and have the A execution towards the A site, and then you have him from behind. He can flank perfectly. Or you go towards B and you use him as a flank to go in through jungle, come in towards kitchen, and shoot all the CTs in the back.
Yeah, my big question there is why you send the player out ramp, right? If you have that player on connector, if you're trying to sell the fake and you're committing the bomb towards B like they were, why even add 2 to fake? Just have that 1 player to fake. You don't need both players committing towards A. You'd rather have more players up in the apartments to solidify the fact that you win your gunfights on B, right? And just use Zeph and the connector to try and distract NRG from what's actually going on.
What's strange, but anyway. Our MVP, their worst enemy right now, as we go into the 7th. Early frag found towards top mid from connector, obviously. Cirque peering over the smoke that he deploys. Does that very often. Surprised we don't see more AWPers hold the top of con smoke. Oh, is it? He's on form today. As it Daps as well to chime in with the A. The cavalry has arrived as Zion gets the refrag eventually. 2 versus 3, so they are still up against it.
But bombs down, they've been given a good opportunity here after coming back off of a reset. If they won this round, that would be fantastic, but it's not going to be an easy fight for them. If they catch this rotate, that could be perfect, but Ethan not going to give them the time of day. Zine, he's going to have to say goodnight, as Glow's now left in a 1v3 at the back of the site to try and clutch this one out. Not been spotted just yet, but by process of elimination, they should work it out just about now. There it is, double peek in, nothing he can do. The defuse will come through as well, Fugly finding that. So, NRG, 6th round on the board. Very good CT side start to this map, Snods.
6-1. 3 players surviving as well for NRG, so they had the slight blip there on the first buy round. They bring it back, or when they were 4-1 down. They bring it back, they reset MVP, and now the cash is just so far and few between here for MVP. I mean, $2,000, $3,000 for a few players. So they might go for the save here, maybe buy Deagle, but apart from that, save this round. NRG get to 7. 7-1 could be the scoreline before we see another buy come out from MVP, and in that case, NRG are off to a great start. The cash doesn't really reflect such a one-sided affair as it really has been so far. Obviously, Cirque, the only player that has an abundance of cash, is 7,500. So this should be the round now for NRG where they can really start to build up a very, very strong economy.
Set up outside of B for this fast play with 3 CTs here as well. We've already seen this be a bit of a meat grinder, to say the very least. So unsuspecting of MVP to really get too much done here. Luckily enough, there is a rotation. Cirque moves off with the AWP back towards CT. So only 2 players in position. Smoke's going to start to rain through. Flashes to get them on in, but Daps gives away his position while he's blinded. They won't look at him at all. Completely focused on Breze, and I don't blame them. He is making a mockery of these Koreans. Oh, another shot from Breze. He's going to just finish it off, tapping with the M4, and he finds a quad kill on that B site. 7-1, Snods. This is unstoppable.
Seems so. As we head into another buy round. 7-1 as expected, as it was the eco from MVP. Zion trying to weigh up the options. Do you go for the AWP glass cannon? No, I'm just going to go for the investment into AK and utilities. They have enough grenades here to go for a mid-take. You know, an A split through connector if they can try to do that one again. They had players in possession in towards connector. Or they could go in towards B, take towards short, but each and every time they go anywhere on the map, they just get slowly, you know, wilted down by shots through smokes, HE grenades, Molotovs, the AWP from Cirque again into the spy round for the second time running, finds the first frag. They're back up against it. 8 HP for Zeph, 50 for Zine. And it's basically a 5 versus a 3.5.
Though, just K trying to find some pick. He does suspect the angle that Fugly holds, and there's the kill. Cirque again firing back with the AWP, but he's going to double it. Quick zoom in, takes down Zeph. Damage is pretty massive so far for NRG, and it's not done just yet. Daps is even going to stop that one man with his back turned up on short. Zine's dead. And Solo's in a 1v4. MVP, they can't find a foothold into this round or into this map, and it's Cirque with 4 kills, firing off on all cylinders here on Mirage. 9-2. Not a slow game for him at all. An MVP on their second pause.
Now this is where you get really scared if you're MVP.
Yeah.
First you had Ethan, 10-0. Well, then you had Breze just with all the confidence to go for one taps, not spraying, just landing headshots. And now Cirque's starting to wake up as well. This might be the fast third map, the second one we've seen so far today. We had a 16-1 in the Cloud9 versus Sharks matchup. Yeah. And this is shaping up to be a 16... I said 16-9, but this might even be a 16-6 or 16-5 at this point.
I mean, yeah, if it carries on at this trajectory...
That's a hard word to say, trajectory.
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 Because you're trying to get the J in, but you're also...
trying to get the R in.
Yeah. Trajectory. Difficult word. Yeah, if this carries on like this, I don't see MVP having... Well, obviously, I don't see MVP having too much of a hope, because this is a stomp. Things need to turn around sooner rather than later as we reach round number 10. This time NRG switching things up, going for some mid-control round. I like it. At least stay dynamic on the setup. Even though you're up against pistols, there's always that opportunity for MVP. Don't give them a chance. Don't give them a leg back into this game, or a foot back into this game, or a leg, either of them. No limbs back into this game. And NRG already shut down that first player. Bomb dropped in middle as well. They're going to move in to try and hold on to that. Cirque has got it on lockdown. 2 kills there. Checks the underpass, but it's Zine up on the A site. If he can grab that gun, that'd be fantastic, but you can see they just don't want to let him. They chase it down, and Fugly and Breze double peek it to finish off the round. 9-1 here to NRG.
8th round deficit now for MVP going into the 11th. That was the eco into the last round, so once again another round that gives up so much economy to NRG. I mean, 13,000 essentially for Cirque, $7,000 across the board aggregately as well for the North American side on their CT side defense here in Mirage. And Mirage is a staple of the NRG map pool, Train as well, but for my money, Mirage is up there for the best maps they have. They had the confidence to play versus Astralis as well. That's Sydney, before losing out to G2 on Nuke. AWP for Solo, as he has something to fight back versus Cirque. He's done the same connector peek 3 rounds in a row. You can see he peers above the smoke, peeks in towards the top left of middle. Solo is instead towards the bottom of mid, as MVP go for the late take towards middle. But it's all a ruse, Hugo, as they're coming back in towards T-spawn as they recalibrate themselves towards A.
Oh, if Breze wins this fight as well, that's really good. Luckily enough, Zine just got passive, and Breze didn't get patient. That's a big kill now for MVP to look towards his A site. 4 players set up outside of the ramp and palace with a man in the middle. Quite literally, it's Zeph. And now G need to watch their back if they want to win this round, because he is going to be the make or break, the Tariq as we call it, the split. So MVP begin to make a bit of a face into the site. The push coming through. HSK with 1. Double trade though. How did NRG manage to keep this in check? I have no idea. The split is gone. They shut down the player in middle. It's only 2 players left up for the T side, but they're actually doing a fair bit of damage. Glow going to make this a 1v1, but he goes down straight after. Bomb plant coming in the meantime, as HSK's already found his way deep in the CT spawn. I don't think Daps has realized he's crossed as well, so that will waste valuable time as Daps attempts to work out exactly where he's playing from. Oh, he can't afford to have his back turned. He's so focused on the site instead. Now I think he's realized it. He knows the potential, but this position from HSK, oh no. Oh, that's so awkward. He has no idea. He thinks he's on deep CT. He thinks he's maybe wrapping somewhere else, but no, HSK's right behind you, Daps.
Well, we thought NRG had that one. there must have been a gap in the smoke. We didn't quite see it there, but there must have been something that allowed for NRG towards jungle and stairs to just smash MVP as they cross the site. Maybe a gap in the smoke.
We actually... Was it? No, okay. I was thinking that we saw a gap in the smoke on Mirage come back to haunt the team earlier, but it wasn't MVP versus
Cloud9.
It was Cloud9. I remember it was Rush shooting through a smoke with an MP9. That was versus Sharks. I was just wondering if it was the same team, that would make a lot of sense. But no, that wasn't the case.
It's fine, mate. Don't worry. Not
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Much like MVP. How can they fix them? What can they change? They know that Cirque plays heavy towards Connector. If they are going to go for a split towards the B side, they have to smoke out the line towards B short, get up in towards TPL, in towards short, and try and take advantage of the fact that Cirque is playing heavy towards Con. Another thing about heavy presence towards Connector is Fugly's there as well, which means usually we see Ethan alone towards the A site, smokes towards A. They can get the bomb down here, Hugo, but the question is, can they survive all 5 players? And can they get away scot-free with a 5 versus 5 retake? And so far, they managed to pull that off. So, in terms of utility, they've only got a flash and a Molotov, Hugo, but they have got the first frag.
Jumping shot just missed as Cirque attempts to climb up on top of that box. Whereas he got to watch out up on short, he's going to get shut down by Solo, so now this after plant is starting to look very, very dangerous with this AWP up on short and a man down lower as well. Glow going to run on through, Fugly finds a kill. They're on the bomb snots, they're sticking it, no way to NRG win that round. That is...
heartbreaking.
Yeah, great word.
Heartbreaking loss. What'd you say? 5 versus 4. 5 versus 3 actually, because Brazil went for the peak towards short as well and lost it. And even then, goes in favour of NRG. Double digits now for the CT side here, of the North American side, as we go into the 13th. It all seems set like fate to be an NRG win. And going forward as well, they have a tough group. A very, very, very tough group.
Yeah.
Your Na'Vis, well, we don't know the eventual outcome there of Heroic, what's happened there, but you can check that action HTV on your phone now, because what's left is Mouse Sports, you know, Heroic or Na'Vi, so this is a very tough group to try and make it out of.
Ooh, Na'Vi 12-3 up. 12-4
Heroic.
Versus Heroic, map
So,
3.
Could maybe see an NRG Heroic best of 3 to make it out the group. That'd be a very fun watch. Shot there from Cirque. Has the backup as well of Fugly. Not towards Connector this time, instead towards Window. So 2 versus 5. Not only do they have the man advantage in this round, they also have the score advantage at 10-2. Bomb making its way towards the A side, seems as... yeah, this is going to be a quickie.
Your favourite?
Not really.
48 seconds. As MVP look to commit towards this A site. Both coming in through the Palace as well, so this is a real choke point.
Your favourite?
Definitely. Just taking their time here. Just holding on. No one from NRG pushing MVP. I mean, this is a spot where it's like, okay, if you can't force kills, you hope the kills kind of come to you on a silver platter, and they're not. So I think MVP are probably just going to save this one.
Well, look at their money as well. There's only 2 more rounds to be played out.
Yeah.
So they are going to be saving an AWP and an AK. And leave us just to make awful jokes back and forth.
You love back.
Yeah, I made that one too easy. I made that one too easy.
Oh, that was useless, yeah. We'll move on.
11-2. The problem is, when the game isn't competitive, and the game isn't, you know, one that gets you into it, you're not hyped about it, the adrenaline's...
You're not... I'm hyped.
It's 11-2, mate.
Yeah, okay. No.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if you were trying to, you know, argue that one and play full politically correct.
I'm joking.
It's just, it could be hard. It could be hard. And NRG stomping MVP, you know, in terms of close rounds, they had the 1 versus 1 victory.
Especially when we've had like 2 really good maps as well, like 2 close maps. Oh, wow. I mean, last map wasn't really close, but I felt like it was way more exciting. Yeah. A lot more was going on, but nothing's going on for MVP here. So they are just getting slapped around. 1 player left up. It's just HSK with a Galil. Saving Palace, maybe?
No point. Maximum round loss bonus. Actually, no.
No.
No, because of the 1 versus 1 from HSK, yeah.
That was
2.4k round loss bonus. So actually, the Galil save would have been good. So round number 15 here, 12-2, 10 round advantage for NRG going forward, looking confident, poised, and right now compressing MVP into a tiny little package. And that package being 2 rounds.
Yeah, they need a little bit more than that. The postman needs to make a delivery, Snods. Royal Mail is late. And MVP, they haven't shown up to the party. Fast into middle, it seems, for 2 players quickly, but it's from both sides. It's actually CTs with 3 here. Look at the aggression. So much confidence. A split from underpass results in 1, but that's not good enough. More nades to hold Solo down alone. As his name would suggest, his teammates are all dead, and Zion somehow found himself in the window room, not sure. But the issue is everyone's left B, so he's not even going to be able to get a kill here. And they don't have the bomb either.
2-man advantage now for NRG going forward.
Oh.
Left to work with, and the only real lifeline they had was the lurkout B, but even then, bomb dropped towards the top of middle. Solo telegraphs his location with the UMP, rattling it off towards bottom mid. There's 50 seconds remain on the clock here. He comes in, headshot connects, 13-2, and you know, are we going to be here saying if MVP win the pistol, they can make it 30-5? Can they come back from that? Or have we written this one off already?
I'm not writing it off, but it's one of the games I'm not going to sit there and like give a bunch of reasons how MVP can pull back. This is 13-2. They look completely demotivated. They don't look at all like we've seen them in the previous 2 maps. And if they pull it back, that's great. But I am not holding out for that. Let's just sit back and watch the game, Snods. This is, while possible, extremely unlikely. Will be a comeback for the ages.
For the Asians.
Indeed.
Indeed.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty good. 11 rounds down.
I've been saving the joke since like the 2nd map, and I've not had a really good opportunity to throw it in. I'm so annoyed.
Is it persuasion?
And they're no. It's really good, but they're about to be eliminated, so I have like 3 rounds to fit it in. But it has to.
I need to know the setup. I need to know the setup.
No, you can't set it up. If something happens in the game that would give me the ability to set, you'll see. We'll see.
Maybe Zion should resign.
No.
Is it something like that?
No, I'm not gonna just flame. I know I'm UK, but come on. No, it should happen in these 3 rounds. I just forgot. I keep forgetting about it every time it happens. Zeph with 2. Whereas they're going to pull things back. MVP with a man advantage, but look at this split from Ethan. Not sure how he's got here in all of our rambling. He's wormed his way behind enemy lines into the bench, and he's looking to get some frags. Ethan coming up with 2, and Daps as well coming out of the apartments with 1 of his own, but it's a jumping burst shot to clean up Glow. 14 rounds to NRG. Not going too well.
You might only have 2 more rounds, mate, to fit this joke in.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to have to save it for next event with MVP. It only works with MVP as well. That's the worst part.
Does it mature with age? Does it get finer?
I'm trying to get that one.
Like a cheese or a wine? Does the joke get better with time?
Not really.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't really change. No one knows the joke. It's not. And now I've ruined it because I've preluded to the joke, so I'm just not going to make it.
You're right. You're definitely not going to make it. 40 times. That was so bad.
Neither are MVP. Don't worry. At least you got something in common.
14-2. This needs to end quickly before we just go back and forth each other.
You love it.
Still. 2 scouts from MVP and 3 CZs. No Kevlar to back the scopes, so they are going to be quite supple versus the AK bullets. But apart from that, mid control coming out from from NRG. HSK, the first player the scout to hit the deck, as they have. Solo in towards the window smoke, but not really going to find too much effect there as he gets re-smoked again. Zeph as well gets tagged down to 67 points of health as NRG go for the B-split.
Oh, that's awkward. Angle is perfect for Ethan. Has it on lock, and MVP are just going to get locked out of the site. 2 men left up, and Ethan is not stopping. Everyone is hitting shots here for NRG. I mean, it's 14-2. Not the biggest of surprises, but Zion is now alone. Top of middle, just having a cry.
I was thinking the same. It's quite depressing, isn't it? Well, Not sure what he's saving apart from his dignity, maybe. This is 15-2. But it's actually 20 past 3. It's very late.
Shut up, Snods.
These puns come quick, mate. These puns come quick.
Well, not even a death for NRG. I mean, you couldn't write this. It's getting easier and easier by the rounds. And Zine, does he save or does he go? Who's that by? I could probably...
Should I say or should I go?
Yeah, who's that by?
I haven't got a clue.
I could make a really good joke of that, I'm sure.
Amy Winehouse? No?
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why would you say Amy Winehouse?
I don't know. Well, who is it?
I'm checking.
You don't even know yourself?
No.
Should I stay or should I go?
Maybe you're right.
No, I can't be right with that one. Anyway, final round here, 15-2. It's going to be the MP9 buy from Zine.
The Clash.
The
Commonly known as Amy Winehouse. That's what we're having right now. We're having a clash of NRG versus MVP, and one last attempt for MVP to keep himself in this game. They've got to win this round, Snods, and that's a good start. Zine's found the first. It's a quick play. Mac 10's reigning supreme. Double entry already coming through. Burning in the Molotov. It's a Korean barbecue, Snods. Only 2 players left alive. And that doesn't seem like it's going to work out. 16-2. And NRG will take the victory there in map number 3, knocking out MVP from ESL or EPL finals.
Yes, Dallas. And now the long flight home to Korea and to reflect on things. Obviously, a poor run of form so far. Not making it out of groups from Sydney. Expected, but not really finding wins as well. Here, in Dallas, the same. 2 games, 2 losses, and they're out swiftly.
It's a shame to see as well, especially from a team that's definitely been making improvements. Like, jokes aside that we've been making in this game, you know, I just feel like that's a map where MVP just aren't feeling it, and that they go, we just come off the back of getting stomped on train. We're not confident going into Mirage. We lost Mirage earlier. You know, we know NRG can play Mirage. It's like you go into that game and you just already have a bad mindset, and things just start to crumble when you lose, you know, 6 rounds in a row.
We got quite hyped behind MVP when it was, you know, the 16-10, I believe, or the 15-6 scoreline we saw when they had the massive advantage on cash. Ever since then, you know, that was their high. They've been riding down the low for 2 maps.
I mean, what can you really say? It was a nice attempt, but NRG, at least they're going to keep in this tournament. It's something I did want to see again. You know, we already had this conversation, this online conversation. I want to see them get some good wins at LAN, and this is the start. We could see them up against Heroic. In fact, that's a very likely matchup. But
NRG has a lot to prove.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll see what they have to prove tomorrow. As I believe there's a bracket ready for us to witness, and we can see the actual eventual path that NRG have to go through. And that was FaZe. Sorry, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, you can't read that.
I can't read that from
okay, so for a little breakdown for you, Snods. FaZe 2-0 Mousesports, we saw that. Na'Vi just 2-1 to Heroic, so they are going to be
into the qualifying match.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. FaZe, that needs to be FaZe needs to be put in there with Na'Vi, right?
No, because FaZe went straight into the semi.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
So it'll be the winner of Heroic Na'Vi, how that one ends. So obviously Na'Vi were very heavily up. So we should be seeing... Oh, they went through. So who do they play? NRG, I imagine? No. Oh, man. I think we're losing our minds. Maybe...
Yeah. It's not updated. I'm pretty sure FaZe are meant to be in there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, we wouldn't go through just by winning one.
Yeah, a best of 3 and a best of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, this is kind of what we've been following. The thing is,
Sports NRG.
The issue is with all those as well. They've all been on the mainstream, so we haven't been following this game.
True.
This is where we're comfortable. Obviously, we saw Sharks manage to get a map versus Cloud9. Looked very good there, but Cloud9 took the victory overall, as you can see. Mouse Sports.
So wait, how is it Cloud9 again? It's Cloud9 versus Heroic.
It's not Cloud9. You okay?
It is. No. Sharks, Cloud9, obviously Cloud9 wins. So they go forward to play versus Heroic?
Oh, there we go. Updated. NRG versus Mouse Sports, and yeah,
Heroic,
Cloud9.
Cloud9.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that does sound right.
Same
So
group.
The winner of that goes into the next matchup, next best of 3, I imagine.
Quarterfinal.
Yeah, so interesting. Mouse Sports NRG, good match to watch. Cloud9 Heroic's a good one. I would have liked to see NRG Heroic for some reason.
Yeah, me too. Well, we already saw them play Heroic and they got wrecked.
That's very true.
6
Mirage,
6, yeah.
So new lease to life versus Mouse Sports.
I think that's a really hard match for NRG as well up against Mouse Sports.
Imagine if we had Cloud9 NRG. Oh, that would have been amazing.
Let's have a look at the Group B though bracket, see what went on there. Actually, we had some interesting games. Of course, you casted Liquid versus Greyhound earlier. So, the Liquid taking the win there. Space Soldiers beating Renegades. Not a huge surprise, but Space Soldiers not fielding their full roster is actually quite impressive. Taking, going straight in and getting a victory. And
Renegades top 8 as well as Sydney, nearly top 4. So
yeah, it's a
good recent form to show.
Yeah, Optic and Astralis, that was just a domination. Astralis taking that victory 16-3. SK beating NIP in overtime, something impressive as well. NIP definitely been looking good, and SK definitely been struggling with this new roster change.
Ooh, Renegades, Greyhounds, the Aussie derby, that's a great matchup.
Yeah,
and Optic versus NIP as well, we're spoiled for choice.
Oh, that is good. I mean, that's got to be an NIP revenge, surely.
But
right?
even then, one of those two, massive organizations are going to exit the tournament so early. Interesting.
We got some pretty cool matchups for tomorrow, haven't we?
I'm not sure if we get the good ones.
I mean, no, yeah, but they're all good.
Get a few, yeah,
they're
actually,
all good.
most of them are.
Yeah, I'm excited for an Australian
I
game.
do wish we had C9 versus NRG, but, Mouse Sports, NRG would have to do.
Hey, they can play online all the time, and NRG will probably win there as well.
Nice one.
And on LAN, NRG are looking good.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Either way, NRG, at least being able to finish off the day with a 2-1 victory, they are going to keep their tournament lives going on. And yeah, in an American event, I kind of appreciate that. I like to see an American team make a bit of a run here and maybe get to those playoffs. But we're going to find out a little bit more tomorrow, guys. So that's all us done here on the B stream. A stream, I think, is finished as well. Na'Vi just beat Heroic, as we saw in the bracket, so that's over. Yep. We're going to be back tomorrow as well as the main stream live from Dallas. We're here in Poland, so be sure to tune in. We're going to have plenty more EPL finals action for you guys. Do not go anywhere. I mean, literally sit here for the next 12 hours, and we'll see you guys later.